Hey guys, it's Chris with Drop Dice. So I am back again, and it's been a while since I did the last video. So before we jump in this, I'd like to kind of explain what's been going on with me. I promised you guys a video series. Unfortunately, my air conditioner died on me, and I live in Houston, which is unofficially known as Satan's armpit. It is hot and humid and terrible when you have no air conditioning. My living room, where my computer happens to be, was at least 100 degrees all week until we finally got the replacement air conditioner. Now that it's back to a balmy 70 degrees in my house, I can turn on my computer. In fact, everything that you guys might have seen from me on Facebook or anywhere else has been purely through my phone. It's been pretty unbearable since I'm so used to using the computer. So this week we're talking about the Anou estate. This is the quick card, gives us the rundown. You can pause it if you need to. I'm going to jump right into the Google Doc that I've created for this city, which is going to be called Toshi, Jeido no Kawa, which is the city of Jade Rivers. That was a suggestion by Mark Cleveland, who is a viewer of the channel, commented it, and it was a solid gold idea, so I had to steal it. These are the city overall questions that we answered before, but I defined them a little bit more so that we have some accuracy here. So the who's actually in charge is the Anou family. They are imperial builders and a vassal family to the Maya family. The person who's in charge is Anou Masada, who is a male. He is the nephew of the Anou family champion and Anou Kiriko, who is formerly Maya Kiriko, a well-respected samurai ko, which, if you're unfamiliar with the term, that means a female samurai. And I mean a warrior like Bushi, not samurai the class, which she is also that as well. So who is really in charge? This is a fun question because the city overall, this is my official answer. Who is really in charge is the Maya family. But that'll change in a little bit. The goods produced, I found out that jade comes in quarries, not mines, so I made a little change there, but this information is basically the same as what we talked about before. The districts I haven't renamed yet. Kept their names very bland just for now, but we'll add some thematic names later on. This kind of gives me an idea of what that district actually serves for. So like the markets, I know that that's its purpose. It's a marketplace. But later I may call it something like the Thousand Petals Walk or something like that, just to give it a real thematic name for that part of the city. So the Anou estate, I wrote this down in a stream of consciousness, and I suggest you do it the same. If you start with NPCs and then you answer the question of who's in charge, who's really in charge, that's all you. For me, I start with who's in charge, who's really in charge with every district I do, simply because I think it's a great jumping off point for any details about that area. So who's in charge is Anou Masato, who is a male from the imperial vassal family. Who's really in charge is Oyabon Ichida. Oyabons are leaders of criminal syndicates, think like the Yakuza or Triads or things like that. Ichida is in charge of the Jade Serpents, which I haven't defined yet, and that will be our next video, talking about factions within the city. And I'll present some tools for you inside that video as well. Inside this video, the Google document will be listed in the description, as well as an NPC Fluff Generator, which I used for this next part. Anou Masato, I put a little description here that I can read off to players, talking about his age, what he looks like, and if he has any unusual features, which he does not happen to have any. Inside, I also put some game stats that are very important for me as a GM. Knowing what his honor and glory are helped me determine what kind of rewards I give the players if they accept missions from him, or quests from him, basically. So if a player accepts a quest from Masato and it says that, accepts a quest from a person with higher honor. Let's say that, for example, we have a person who has an honor of 1.0 right now. This person, Masato, has a higher honor. So by accepting a quest from Masato, he's bringing honor to himself. However, someone who is of higher honor than Masato may actually lose honor by accepting quests from Masato. Masato seems curious, which will help me kind of portray who he is in-game. And then I added this sentence here from the NPC generator just to give myself something fun to play with, which is he has a son from a previous marriage to Anou Sora, which I haven't defined yet other than she's a well-respected woman from the region. I did not fill in rumors yet because those are going to serve as adventure seeds, and I would rather not fill in rumors until I have my full cast, because if I do rumors with the characters that I'm creating as I create them, someone will have a lot of rumors about one person, whereas the next person will have rumors about 2 or 3 people, whereas the next person will have rumors about 2 or 3 again, and it will seem kind of weird because one person, all of their rumors are about one person that they don't like. It just seems kind of strange, so I'd rather create the relationship chart first, which we'll talk about as soon as I get to at least the 3 major NPCs from each district, and then when we start to create our 12 floater NPCs, we'll kind of revisit this. I added his wife, which is his new wife. She is 21 years of age. Keep in mind that is half of his age. He's 47, and very close to his son's age, who's 16. That in and of itself is a very interesting relationship dynamic. And the other thing I put here is that she's formerly Bayushi. This is something that I always do in my games, especially L5R, because the families are so iconic and very stereotypical about how you should play them and things like that. Saying that somebody comes from a royal family or a royal line that are expected to be a certain way really helps you portray who they are in RP. So me knowing that she's a Bayushi, I know that she trades in secrets. So perhaps her rumors are going to be a little bit more accurate because she's a Bayushi. Or perhaps she's going to feed false rumors to basically play a game in court to achieve some goal, is send the players off after a false rumor, or at least plant seeds so that someone is accused of a false rumor that she has left enough evidence to prove that that rumor is true. That could be something that I do with her. Sozin is the son from Anou from the previous marriage, and for him, he's got clothing that's trend-setting and a goatee. That is his like interesting feature to give you an idea of what the generator comes up with. Now, this is an L5R Fluff Generator. However, it is so generic in what it talks about that you can just remove the names and replace them with whatever you want and say Joe Smith is an attractive male, 16 years old, with black hair and a simple braid and honey-colored eyes. He's of average height, average build, with a slender face, fair complexion. His clothing is trend-setting, and he has a goatee. I just described a D&D NPC, for all you know, because I called him Joe Smith instead of Anou Sozin. So if you want to use this generator for your D&D NPCs, this is a great generator. It has a lot of details inside there that are specific to L5R, but not necessary for you to know. I also put that he's betrothed here and that he seems brave. Again, it's going to kind of dictate how I play him up. So the Anou estate, what is its purpose? It is the central government for the city and where court is held. This is also where the Maya come and stay when they are reporting news from the emperor. For points of interest, we have the Anou Garden, and the house itself serves as the family, I should say, serves as patrons to multiple artisans each year. So the house has a artist bunk, if you would, or at least a few of them. Many fine art pieces, armors, and weapons. The garden has a hedge mage that I've decided on that has a large central fountain that many writers spend their time in, and inside the hedge mage you can find large fine statues. So this is a great area for some interesting scenes. Like, for example, there's going to be a library inside the state. How cool would it be to have a duel in a library where you climb up a ladder as you are fighting another man who's like swinging off like one of those rolling ladders coming by at you? That would be a very interesting combat scene. Definitely very cool. So just kind of stuff to think about there. Now, the one thing that I did want to show again is the city map. So essentially we've outlined 1 and 2. Our next video we're going to talk about the Jade Serpents, how they fit into the city, and how factions are basically going to be put together. Then we're going to jump right into 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7 and finish out the series. I plan on doing a few more factions as well, so there's going to be probably quite a few videos. And if one of the videos doesn't jive with you, try one of the other videos that's about similar content. The district videos are going to basically be the same, but it's going to talk about each district independently, basically outlining pretty much what you saw here. And then once I've got that all together, we'll do a relationship chart and how these characters are interacting with each other. We'll add those floating NPCs, and we'll really flesh out the city to make it a living, breathing thing. As always, guys, feel free to share, comment, subscribe, like. Tell me about your own city projects. If you've taken off without me, tell me where you're at in your process, what things you've learned along the way. If you are waiting for me and you're building along with me, tell me what you got out of this video, how your main cities bureaucratic center functions, if there's anything special to it. Now, I didn't answer the question about the law enforcement or the law of the land just yet because I want to outline the districts a little bit more, because I think that that will help me shape what I consider to be acceptable things as far as law is concerned. As always, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you at the gaming table.